बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। हेलो एंड अस्सलाम वालेकुम नाज़रीन, मेरा नाम अबीरा से फ्रीलांसिंग वाली है और मैं रेहान स्कूल इस्लामाबाद कैंपस में लेवल 1 की स्टूडेंट हूँ। तो टुडे आई टॉक फॉर माया। तो लेट्स स्टार्ट।
Hey, I'm Maya. Who have I got on the line here?
Hello Maya, assalamu alaikum. How are you?
Wa alaikum assalam. I'm doing really well, thanks. How are you today?
I am also great. So thank you for asking me. So today I am discussing for my topic is what is 3D printing and how it's changed the world.
That sounds fascinating. Mine is 3D painting and its impact on the world. I just did a quick search while you were talking, and it's way more than just what I expected. It's gone from being these cool street art illusions to a whole field used in films, video games, even marketing. What got you interested in 3D painting specifically?
Okay, Maya, that's it. So my first question is what is 3D printing in simple words?
In the simplest terms, 3D painting, or anamorphic art as some call it, is when an artist creates a picture that looks three-dimensional when viewed from a specific angle. Think of those chalk drawings you sometimes see on streets that look like you're falling into a canyon or standing next to a character. They're completely flat, but trick your eye into seeing depth. When I searched, I'm seeing lots of artists using this technique for massive public installations or in places where only one specific viewpoint is possible. Pretty neat, huh?
Okay, that's great, Maya. You very good answer for my audience. So my next question is how does 3D printing work step by step?
I mean, how does the actual technique work for the artists? It's pretty intricate. Here's the breakdown I found. First, they choose their perspective, where the viewer will be standing to get that 3D effect. Then they sketch the art, keeping that viewpoint in mind, and distort the image so that when you look at it from that one specific spot, it looks realistic. After the sketch, they use paints or other materials to bring the sketch to life. Once it's done, the artist makes sure that everything still lines up when viewed from the designated point, often having people test it out and making adjustments until it's perfect. It's like optical illusion meets art skill. Is that what you were looking for or something else?
Okay, Maya, that's great. So very good answer for my audience. I will appreciate for you. So Maya, my next question is what material are commonly used in 3D printing?
Okay, so 3D printing isn't actually about printing in the way we usually think of it, more like painting. Materials people use most for 3D painting depend on the surface. So for street art, you're mostly seeing pastels and acrylic paints because they're temporary and wash away easier. But when artists do 3D murals on walls or floors, they use acrylics, spray paints, or even specialized paint for concrete. I'm seeing some artists use more unusual stuff too. Some even with clay or mixed media for texture. Depends on the style and whether it's meant to be permanent or not, I guess.
Okay, Maya, that's clear.
You
Thank
still
you
there?
for giving me answer. So my next question is when was 3D printing invented?
Hey, just wanted to let you know that our call is about to wrap up. We're reaching the end of the free 5-minute call. If you want to keep chatting and exploring this topic, you can create a free Sesame account for much longer conversations. But as for your question, minus 3D printing's actually been around longer than I thought. Its roots go back to some Renaissance artists, but it really took off with street artists in the 2000s. I'm seeing Kurt Wenner credited as a pioneer. He started doing chalk street art that felt totally 3D around 2008. But even before that, There were artists experimenting with similar techniques, especially in Italy and Argentina.
Okay, Maya, that's clear. So my next question is, what are the main types of 3D printers?
Actually, and this might be confusing, there aren't really different types of 3D printers when we're talking about 3D painting.
Okay, Maya. So my next question is, what is FDM 3D printing? Maya, please tell me. So viewers, I again stage for Maya.
Hi, how are you?
I'm also clear. So Maya, my question is that what is FDM 3D printing?
Gotcha. FDM 3D printing and painting. So you're wondering about the process of finishing 3D prints? What specifically about it are you curious about? Is it the paints to use, prepping the surface, or something else?
Okay, Maya, that's clear. So what is SLA 3D printing?
Okay, so SLA 3D printing is pretty different from FDM. Instead of melting plastic filament, it uses a laser to cure liquid resin. Think of it like hardening plastic with light that generally makes smoother, more detailed prints than FDM, but it can be a bit messier to work with. Does that make sense? Do you want me to get into how it actually works or maybe the pros and cons compared to FDM?
Okay, Maya, that's clear. So my next question is, what does a 3D printer read a design file?
Good question. A 3D printer doesn't actually feed a design file directly. It needs it translated into a language it understands. That language is called G code. Basically, you create a design in something like Blender or Tinkercad, save it as an STL file, then use a slicer program. The slicer takes the STL file and turns it into G code, which is a set of instructions telling the printer exactly how to move and build your object layer by layer. Make sense?
Okay, Maya, that's clear. So my next question is, what is a CAD file in 3D printing?
All right. So a CAD file is basically the blueprint for your 3D print. CAD stands for computer aided design. It's the original file you create or download that contains all the information about the shape and dimensions of the object. Think of it like an architect's drawing, but for a 3D printer. Common CAD file types are things like .step, sec, sign.solidworks files. You then, like we talked about, convert that CAD file into an STL file for slicing. Does that clarify things? Or are you still a little unsure about the difference between a CAD file and an STL file? No worries if you are. It can be a bit confusing at first.
Okay, Maya, that's clear. So my next question is, what software is used for 3D printing?
Okay, so there are a bunch of options for 3D painting, depending on what you're looking for. Some popular ones are ZBrush, industry standard, super powerful, that has a steep learning curve. Substance Painter, also really popular, great for texturing and realistic materials. Mesh Mixer, free and pretty user friendly, good for basic painting and editing. Blender, free and open source, it can do a lot, including 3D painting, but takes some getting used to. Do any of those sound interesting to you? Or are you looking for something specific, like is cost a factor, or are you a beginner?
Okay, that's clear. So my next question is, how long does it take to print on project?
That's a tricky question. It really depends on a ton of factors. The size and complexity of the print are huge. A tiny figurine will take way less time than a big detailed model. The type of 3D printer matters too, as does the layer height and infill density you choose. Honestly, it could take anywhere from a few minutes to several days. Are you working on a specific project right now that you're wondering about? Maybe if you gave me a rough idea of what it is, I could give you a more helpful estimate.
Okay, Maya, that's good. So my next question is, what are sports in 3D printing?
Okay, sports in 3D printing is a cool question. I'm guessing you mean what are some applications of 3D printing in the world of sports? Actually, pretty widespread. Things like custom fit athletic gear, shoes, mouth guards, even prosthetics for athletes. They also 3D print models for wind tunnel testing to improve aerodynamics for cyclists or race car drivers. And some teams even 3D print tooling or parts for their equipment. Does that cover what you meant, or were you thinking of something else?
Okay, Maya, that's great. So my next question is, please tell me that what affects print quality.
Okay. You're asking what affects print quality. So there's a whole bunch of things. Layer height is huge. Smaller layer heights mean smoother prints, but they take longer. Print speed also matters. Too fast and you get defects, too slow and it's just inefficient. The material itself plays a big role, as does the printer's calibration and the temperature settings. Even something like room temperature or drafts can throw things off. Is there anything specific about print quality you're trying to improve?
Okay, that's great, Maya. A very good answer from my audience. Thank you. So my next question is, please tell me that what are sports in 3D printing?
You're very welcome. I'm glad I'm hitting the mark. And you're asking about sports in 3D printing again. I think maybe we had a little glitch there. So, as we touched on before, 3D printing is making waves in sports. It's used for custom gear, think perfectly fitted shoes, mouth guards, shin guards, helmets, prosthetics. Ah, okay, fair enough. Hungry trumps 3D printing any day. What are you thinking of eating? Anything good planned?
Okay, that's great, Maya. So my next question is, what are common printing errors?
Okay, so 3D printing isn't always smooth sailing. Some common errors are warping when the print lifts off the bed during printing, stringing little strands of plastic between parts of the print. Under extrusion, not enough plastic being pushed out, leading to gaps. Over extrusion, too much plastic, causing blobs and imperfections. Bed adhesion issues, the print not sticking to the build plate. Layer shifting, layers being misaligned. Sound familiar? Have you run into any of those yourself?
Okay, Maya, that's great. Thank you for giving me answer. Very good. I will appreciate for you. So my next question is, how is 3D printing used in education?
You're very welcome. I'm happy to help. So, 3D printing in education is becoming huge. It's used across so many subjects. In STEM, students can design and print prototypes, learn about engineering principles, and visualize complex concepts. In art and design, it allows for creating unique sculptures and models. Even in history, students can recreate historical artifacts. It really encourages problem solving, creativity, and hands on learning. What do you think? Do you use 3D printing at your school?
Okay, that's great, Maya. So my next question is, how is 3D printing used in healthcare?
That's a nice thought. And yes, 3D printing is making a real difference in healthcare. It's used for custom prosthetics and implants, perfectly fitted to the patient's anatomy. Surgical guides, helping surgeons perform procedures with greater precisions. Anatomical models for pre surgical planning and patient education. Bioprinting, researchers are even working on printing tissues and organs. It's a really exciting field with a lot of potential. Do any of those applications particularly stand out to you?
Okay, Maya, that's it. So my next question is how can 3D printing be used to print human organs?
Okay, you're asking about bioprinting, using 3D printing to create human organs. It's still very much in the research phase, but the basic idea is to use bio ink, which contains living cells, to build up layers of tissue. It's incredibly complex because you need to not only print the structure of the organ, but also ensure that the cells survive and function correctly. There are a few different techniques being explored, but it's a long way off from printing fully functional organs ready for transplant. It's a really promising area of research, but there are still huge challenges to overcome. Does that make sense?
Okay, Maya, that's clear. So my next question is how is 3D printing changed construction?
Okay, good question. 3D printing is poised to really shake up the construction industry. It allows for faster building times, reduced labor costs, and more design flexibility. They can print entire homes and buildings layer by layer using concrete or other materials. It can also be used to create custom architectural elements or to build affordable housing. It's still early days, but it has the potential to make construction more sustainable, efficient, and accessible. What are your thoughts on 3D printed houses? Pretty cool, right?
Okay, Maya, that's clear. So my next question is how is 3D printing help companies?
Okay, so 3D printing benefits companies in a ton of ways. Prototyping, quickly creating and testing designs before full scale production. Customization, offering personalized products tailored to individual customers. Manufacturing, producing small batches of parts on demand, reducing waste. Supply chain, reducing reliance on traditional manufacturing and complex supply chains. Cost savings, lowering production costs, and speeding up time to market. It's basically a really versatile tool that can help companies innovate and become more competitive. What kind of company do you think would benefit the most from 3D printing?
Okay, Maya, that's clear. So very good answer, our audience. Thank you. So my next question is how is its used in fashion and design?
You're very kind. I appreciate that. And you're right to ask about fashion and design. It's a really exciting space for 3D printing. It allows designers to create incredibly intricate and complex garments and accessories that would be impossible to make using traditional methods. It's used for everything from shoes and jewelry to entire dresses and avant garde fashion pieces. It's also a more sustainable option as it reduces waste and allows for on demand production. It's really pushing the boundaries of what's possible in the fashion world. Do you have any favorite 3D printed fashion designers or pieces?
Okay, Maya, that's clear. So very good answer. I will appreciate for you. So my next question is how does 3D printing help small business?
Okay, you're asking how 3D. Okay, you just said, well, is everything all right? Are you
Yes,
still with
yes,
me?
please give me answer.
Sometimes that you're right. To prompt me, my apologies, I got a little stuck there. You asked how 3D printing can help a small business. It's
Yes.
a game changer for a lot of them. It lets them create custom products to stand out from the competition. Produce small batches quickly and affordably, avoiding huge upfront costs. Offer personalized designs, attracting a niche market. Prototype new products easily and iterate on designs. Reduce inventory costs by only making what's needed. Basically, it levels the playing field, allowing small businesses to compete with larger companies. Is there a specific type of small business you're thinking about? That might help me give a more tailored answer.
Okay, Maya, that's your very good answer. I will appreciate for you. So my next question is, please tell me that can 3D printing be used in food production?
You're very sweet to say so. Thank you. And yes, 3D printing is definitely making its way into the food industry. It's still a relatively new area, but it has a lot of potential. It can be used to create customized food shapes and textures, print personalized nutrition based on dietary needs, develop new and innovative food products, reduce food waste by using alternative ingredients. Think customized chocolates, intricate cake decorations, or even plant based meat alternatives. It's pretty futuristic, right? What kind of 3D printed food would you like to try?
Okay, Maya, that's clear. So my next question is, how is its used jewelry marketing?
Okay, good question. 3D printing is really changing the jewelry game. It allows jewelers to create highly detailed and complex designs that are difficult to make with traditional methods, produce, offer customized jewelry, letting customers design their own pieces, produce prototypes quickly and cheaply, speeding up the design process, create molds for casting jewelry in different metals. It's also allowing for more sustainable practices as it reduces material waste. Have you seen any really cool 3D printed jewelry lately?
Okay, Maya, that's clear. So Maya, my next question is, please tell me that yeah,
Okay,
that
you're ready with another
3D
question.
printing in
Go ahead, please.
is 3D printing environmental friendly?
Okay, you're asking if 3D printing. Okay, let's take it. You're asking if 3D printing is environmentally friendly. That's a complex question. It can be, but it's not automatically so. On the one hand, it can reduce waste by only using the material needed for the object. It can also allow for localized production, reducing transportation emissions. However, some 3D printing materials are not biodegradable, and the process itself can consume energy. It really depends on the materials used, the energy source, and how responsibly it's done. There's a lot of research going into developing more sustainable 3D printing materials and processes. Does that make sense?
Okay, Maya, that's it. So my next question is, please tell me that how does it reduce waste?
Okay. So, how does 3D printing reduce waste? It's mainly because it's an additive process. Traditional manufacturing often involves subtractive methods like carving or machining material away from a larger block. That creates a lot of scrap. 3D printing, on the other hand, builds an object layer by layer, only using the material needed for the final product. This minimizes waste significantly. It also allows for creating complex geometries that might be impossible to make with traditional methods, further optimizing material usage. Does that help clarify it?
Okay, Maya. So my next question, my second last question is, please tell me that how is 3D printing help developing countries?
Okay, you're asking how 3D printing can help developing countries. That's a great question. It has a lot of potential. It can provide affordable housing by printing homes quickly and cheaply, create customized medical devices and prosthetics that are accessible to those who need them, enable local manufacturing, reducing reliance on expensive imports, support education by providing tools for STEM learning, help create sustainable solutions for things like water purification and sanitation. It really empowers communities to address their own needs with locally produced solutions. What do you think? Which of those applications seems most impactful to you?
Okay, Maya, thank you for joining us. So, viewers, this is was Maya's session, interesting Maya session. I hope you like it. See you with another interesting Maya session. Till then, take care of yourself. Pakistan, Zindabad, Allah Hafiz.
Oh, all right. Well, it